When I was a kid, I remember seeing the iMac G3 and thinking it was the coolest computer ever. There's just something so iconic about that translucent blue shell. And to this day, I honestly still think it is. Fast forward 25 years later, and Spigen has dropped their C1 case. These pay homage to that iconic G3, and I'm so excited to check these out. So full disclosure, Spigen did send these out to me purely as a gift, nothing more, and they did come out a few months ago, but I really think these cases are so cool that they deserve their own video. Spigen sent over all 3 colors, so that includes Ruby, Graphite, and Bondi Blue. So we're gonna be able to test these all out and see how they look on a blue titanium iPhone 15 Pro Max. Something tells me that the Bondi Blue or the Graphite are gonna go best on a blue titanium iPhone 15, but let's start out with the Ruby and see how that looks. Oh, this is nice. It's not a slippery plastic like I was expecting. It kind of has a little bit of a grip to it. It's not sticky like silicone or anything like that, but it's not slippery like a hard plastic. You can see that teardown design in the back of the red translucent shell and a nice cutout where the Apple logo is going to shine through. Then we have this 2-piece shell design where the bottom piece slides right off, which allows you to put your phone in easier. On the inside, we have these foam cushions, which I think are really going to help protect your device if it ever falls. And the fact that the case itself is a 2-piece shell design, so it has this rubber inside and then a plastic outside, I think you're really going to be protected with this thing. And I don't think you're supposed to do this, but it looks like you can actually take out the inside insert like this. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to do that. I don't think that's what it's meant for, but that's kind of cool. I'm sure you could rock this just as a case. I mean, it kind of has this like Terminator feel to it. I don't know. It's kind of cool.
So I was reading the instructions and it specifically says not to do that. So don't do that.
Okay, let's use the case as it's intended. Oh, wow. So this is what the Ruby case looks like on a blue titanium iPhone 15 Pro Max. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I do. There's absolutely no sag on the case whatsoever. Like, this is probably the most solid case I think I've ever used. And it feels really great in the hands, especially because it has this nice curved shape to it, so it just feels super comfortable. The buttons feel great and are super responsive. No issues there. We have a nice thick ridge for the camera here, and the cutouts at the bottom are perfectly aligned. Now, these cases are also MagSafe compatible, so boom, no issues at all. That pop socket stuck on there perfectly. It's not coming off. And then let's try out a MagSafe charger. Same thing, no issues there. So yeah, I mean, as a case in itself, it's a really fantastic case. It doesn't add too much bulk to the iPhone. It's gonna have a really unique feel because it has those rounded corners. And on top of that, it just looks cool. Like, look at that, come on. Now for the rest of the cases, I'm not gonna go into how they feel or anything like that. We're just gonna look at purely the color just to see how they match with the blue titanium iPhone. So let's move on to the graphite version. So here we go. You can just see the case in all of its beauty. You know, it's not too loud compared to the Bondi Blue and Ruby, but it's still pretty cool. Yeah, that looks awesome. Personal preference, I'd probably choose the Graphite over the Ruby if you have a blue titanium iPhone 15 Pro Max. I just think it flows a little bit better, especially because the blue in the blue titanium is just so dark, you know. It almost matches it perfectly. And last but not least, we have to check out the Bondi Blue. In my opinion, this is the one that really reminds me of the classic iMac G3. I don't know if it's because that was like Apple's flagship color at the time, or if it's because that's the actual iMac color that I saw back in the day. Here we go. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah. So it has this like blue-green color. Let's see how it looks on the iPhone. Boom. Man, yeah, this fit is just so snug. I love it. Now, this is really hard for me. I can't decide if I like the Bondi Blue or the Graphite better on my blue iPhone 15. But let's be real, I think you could get any one of these cases and pair it with any color iPhone, and you're gonna be happy. So that about does it. I'm curious to hear from you guys what your favorite color is. Leave a comment down below, and if you wanna pick one up, you can find my Amazon affiliate links in the description down below. By using those links, you're helping support the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. And before I forget, big thank you to Spigen for sending these out.